Shoot and Stiff Wrestling Podcast.
Hold on. It's live now?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. We live.
There we go.
We live. They said we live.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing this for the second time. Live streaming through YouTube. Welcome to Shoot and Stiff Wrestling Podcast. And I'm your host, Tamilain and the international superstar, along with my partner,
CDUb. Yeah, I'm here trying to see what he's talking about. He's talking about we live, man. I didn't even know we've done this before. It's been a minute.
This is probably this is probably one of those live podcasts. We did it. I think we tried before once. I don't remember if it was with Joshua Charles. I don't remember if we did it. We literally just went online and talked about wrestling. But yes, we are live. We are streaming live on YouTube on our Shoot and Stiff Wrestling Podcast. And just wanted to say thank you, fans, and thank you, subscribers, for subscribing our channel. And guess what, CDUb? We have so far 971 subscribers.
900. We almost
all over
there.
The world.
We need about 30 more.
There.
Oh yeah. Get us to 1,000.
There you go.
For y'all,
CDUb. Or that amazing t-shirt. Contact CDUb on social media. He's on every platform's Instagram, TikTok. Absolutely. And yes, you can go to prowrestlingtees.com/ you can find my t-shirt, Tamilain Vinish. Of course, you can find the Indian Nightmare Vinish. And then, of course, you can find AWWA t-shirts, bandanas, tank tops, full sleeve, half sleeves, all wrestling related accessories are available on prowrestling.com. Yes, sir.
So if the Indian Nightmare, Tamilain Vinish, what are you now? The daydream Vikram Strong? The daydream?
Yeah,
daydream?
Yes. Yeah, now it's Vikram. Yes, Vikram. Unfortunately, the sad part is Vikram. Vikram don't have any more t-shirts yet. But you never know, we'll see that in the future. Talking about t-shirts, look at what I'm wearing now. Woo!
What is that?
I'm wearing power slap t-shirt.
Slap no nuts. Slap no nuts. Slap. Yeah. Oh yes, the power slap. Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
You still how you recovered from your trip? You're back to your normal self yet?
So I haven't really spoke about my power slap experience in any public platform. So I think it's time to address the elephant in the room. So yes, I will share my whole journey. So being in the pro wrestling, and I got knocked out a couple of times. Of course, had some concussions in the ring. And of course, I did some kickboxing prior to that. So when I heard about power slap, I was like, you know what? I can hack it. You just go there and boom, slap somebody. And I can do that. I have no problem doing that. I have concussions. I can take a hit. So I was like, okay, I filled up the applications and everything. I did some Zoom interviews with a couple of people that actually working with UFC. And I got a chance to meet Dana White. Got a chance to talk to him too. But anyway, I was invited to Las Vegas. And they give me the best treat ever. Put me in the best hotel. The casinos. It felt like a magic land. And I'll be honest with you, CDUb, for the first time, I was thankful and grateful in my life for being broke, because I even called my girlfriend. I said, I'm glad I'm broke. Why? If I had any money, I would have used all the money right here at this casino. So, but it was awesome.
The slot machines.
But this is the thing. From the airport, I got this fancy limousine, picked me up from the airport, went to this hotel, and actually no, went to the UFC headquarters, and we did the paperwork, and right there they gave me a check. It's like, this is for your daily expenses. I was like, whoa, nice. That's a good payout there. And I was like, this is so cool. And then I realized that I was over 5 pounds. So we had to do the weigh-ins, and if I don't make the weight, then I'm not getting anything. I'll get fucking
Do they take your
disqualified.
check back?
No, no, this is for food. This is for like food and other
Oh,
expenses. So that's right there.
oh,
We
okay.
have to
I
talk
got you.
about the other check. Yeah, that I was
Oh,
about to get. So I think they gave us like 3 or 4 hours to cut around 5 to 6 pounds. So me and a couple of people, we went to UFC headquarters,
I got.
and we
How was
were.
that? Um, you get a check for food you can eat, but you're 5 pounds over. So you're like, I can't eat. I'm 5 pounds over.
That's the saddest part. You can't really use it. I mean, you can use it for drinks and whatever, but anyway, yeah, you
Diarrhea
got the point,
medicine.
but you can't really do anything with it. But then 6 o'clock in the morning, we went to UFC headquarters, UFC gym, actually, the UFC Performance Center. This is where Khabib Nurmagomedov, Conor McGregor, Ken Shamrock, Brock Lesnar, and all these
Who
guys
who
trained at.
whose performance center is better? You know, you've been in both performance centers. Are they different, or they both got the same type of equipment in? Like how are they different? I know it's different sports,
WWE WWE
but
Performance Center is huge. It's big. It's a double twice size as UFC Performance Center. UFC Performance Center is about strengthening and conditioning, and it we remember we and of course they have octagon, and it's about more MMA. They had punching
uh,
bags and all things
yeah,
that
most
needed.
of the fighters have their own places anyway, so it's probably
Yes,
you
but
know.
WWE Performance Center is big. They're like, they have strength training, conditioning. They have nutrition coach. They have ring. Man, you name. They have like studio where you can. They have like a study room where you can watch matches. You can study, and they have kitchen and all kind of a stuff. And I mean, again, like I said, like WWE Performance Center probably like twice bigger as UFC when you compare it. So I went to UFC Performance Center, and me and a couple of guys, we were inside sauna and steam. We were literally taking push-ups for over an hour. We come out, we go to the jacuzzi and hot water, and then we get wet, and then we go back to the sauna. We've been doing this back and forth. So in almost 3 hours, I lost almost 6 pounds. So went back, checked the weight, weighed in, everything is good. I'm proper weight. But what happened was, now you lost a lot of water and a lot from your system, from your body. And after that, I couldn't really eat food because it messed up my hunger. It messed up my diet. I'm not coming up with excuses, but I'm saying this is what happens when you do lose weight in an extreme way, in a quickest way. And then I couldn't really eat much. I was weak. And then I went to the Power Slam competition, and that day it was like next day I couldn't really eat anything because we had to do all these medical like check blood test, this and that, and I went to the Power Slap, what they call it, auditorium, whatever. Yeah, actually the Power Slap was at the UFC headquarters, so I went there. Again, I had no food in my system. I barely had what's his name, Logan Paul's a prime drink. That's all I had, and a couple of biscuits, whatever it was. And then an hour, for a whole an hour, I had to be in a media room, like taking interviews, talking about who I am, what I am, where you been, where I been, and cutting promos. And then after that, I was in the back, and my coach came to me and asked me to slap in the dummy. There's this big rubber dummy. I've been slapping for 45 minutes, and my hands, my palm were like so numb. My hands were so tired, and it was hurting. Then they call my name. I go to the stage with an amazing entrance, like in wrestling. And still at that point of time, I'm like, I can hack it. It's all good. I'll be fine. So I win the toss, and I was the one to slap first. brother, I swear to God, I have no idea what happened. I slapped him with whatever I had. It was one of the worst, stupid, weakest slap ever. Boom. His face was red. Instead of slapping him here, I slapped him here. So it was, I slapped him right here, and he was like, and I knew what's going to happen. He got a chance to look through my soul. He was very focused. I'll send you the video if you haven't seen it. He was so focused. He measured me twice, and the third time, whoop, I don't remember what happened. The next thing I know, I woke up in the locker room. I lost my memory. I had no idea who I was, where I was, and what I was doing. Doctor came to me and asked me, "Hey man, you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Then one of my buddy came to me and was like, "Man, you good?" I was like, "Yeah, AJ, yeah, all right." Then I realized, okay, where I am, and sometimes in life you don't understand things unless you do. And I swear to God, I'm taking the words of the GOAT Chris Jericho. I was the dumbest, stupid idiot to try that. It's not for everybody. And I thought that I could do, and I could hack it because of my wrestling experience. Don't get me wrong, wrestling people say, "Oh no, wrestling is fake." This no, you get that, comeback. Sometimes you get knocked out and everything, but this is something different. And for me, I don't mind opening up. Like, I felt so dumb and stupid for doing this because this is not for everybody. The reason is why it messed up my head so bad. It took some time for me to get those memories back. I was having a hard time to remember names and things. In fact, my girlfriend, she works in a school. I used to go there and pick her up every day. And on my way, I totally forgot where I was going. So it took a couple of weeks, and I couldn't really sleep sometimes at night. I was throwing up. And of course, the doctors were there. They have the best medical teams and everything. But people ask me, would you go back and do it? I would say, fuck no. I went there, I did it. And like I said, it's one of those things, like, unless you don't do it, you're not going to understand. You can't find like how it is. And I watched my video. They recently posted on YouTube, and I'm scrolling down for the comments. People are so mean. The comments that, I was like, but then I realized the people who actually in there, they don't know exactly how this works. They think that two people are slapping each other, but there's a lot of regulations and restrictions out there that you got to follow. You cannot move your feet. You got to be in the same lane, and the hand should be straight. You cannot slap here. There's so much in that you got to follow. It's not like two guys just going there and slapping each other. And again, I wasn't one second day when they said I was over 5 pounds. Mentally, I was like, "Oh, I need to cut it. I need to cut that 5 pounds." And when I cut the 5 pounds, I was so fucking tired. And then smacking this dummy, the rubber dummy, for 40, 45 minutes. And again, I was like, I was out. It's not like this. Yeah.
You think
So that was my experience.
if you wouldn't have had to cut the weight, anything would have been different?
No,
No, you
because
still would have
no,
got clocked.
no. I give 100% credit to
That
Cody.
guy, the guy you had got matched up against, he probably has done it for a little bit, huh?
I believe Cody Billis, something like that. I don't want to mispronounce his name. Cody is his first name. Um, um, I got to give him a credit, man. And the thing is, he have amateur wrestling background, and he been working like hard labor thing, and he's from Wisconsin. And again, you can see the video. His palm is bigger than my head.
Ooh, got hit with a mitt. You think maybe if somebody had a lot of facial hair, would it help for padding?
Absolutely. So I actually thought that it might won't, but they said yes. You have beard. There are guys like Wolverine and some of the guys with big beard. It somewhat helps them uh, because the palm is contacting the face, but when you have like a thick beard, it reduces the impact.
Yeah.
somewhat, not all, but somewhat. But again, it's just a fear too, though.
Yeah.
It's a different mindset because when I was watching the video, I told my girlfriend like I don't remember any of these things because you are in a bigger spotlight, all these cameras like movie camera, 360 camera, and Dana White sitting right in front of you, and some of these former WWE employees are watching you, and it was crazy, and it was entirely a different feeling. And this is the funny part. After I got knocked out and I'm watching myself on TV, I don't remember anything. They gave me a chair. I was sitting in a chair and I'm looking around, I'm talking to people, and I'm walking out. I'm walking back to the locker room. I'm giving fist bump to somebody on my way. I was like, what the world? Who was that? It was
Wow.
weird watching me, and I don't.
Watching yourself get hit, but thinking to yourself, "Who's that guy?" Not did you
Yeah,
forget what you even look like?
and let me tell you something, brother. And Cody, who actually he was my opponent. Cody Bliss, I think that's his name. He's the one actually, in fact, took me back to the hotel. I was having a really bad headache, migraine. He took me. He made sure I think he called Uber, or whatever. Then he took me to the hotel. He took care of me, man. He's just a great guy, and we still talk. And I think he moved to Arizona. He lives in Arizona. We are still in touch, and we
Get a
still
book for
talk to each other.
SCW.
I don't really think he want to be a wrestler. I don't know. I never asked him, but he's
He works
happy with wherever he is. But I can tell you
security.
one thing. After he knocked me out, he got a chance to play poker with Dana White later that night. He was invited by Dana White, and
Took
again,
his
man, like you said,
money.
he said the best. Like at the end of the day, it's just a competition. But apart from that, we all are human beings, and he's an amazing, respectful human being. So, and I really wish him the best, and I really hope he gets whatever he's after. But yeah, for me, it was that experience. Apart from getting knocked out, everything else was awesome. The hotels, the food, everything. The guys were awesome. The locker room, and again, you get an opportunity to meet people from different part of the country with the different backgrounds and different jobs. Yeah, it's a different vibe, absolutely. So that was my UFC Power Slam experience. CDUb.
Yeah. Wow.
And yes, let's talk about some pro wrestling, right?
Yes. We got
All right.
Survivor Series tonight. War Games.
Yeah.
With your buddy Phil.
WCW.
Your buddy Phil gonna show up.
Who?
Your buddy Phil in Chicago.
Oh, Phil Brooks. You never know, man. It's again. I don't see this. This is the time period. I don't want to say anything. Like I'm over it, and we might get some pop if he shows up. But again, it's interesting because a couple of months ago, Seth Rollins made a statement publicly for a YouTube channel that, hey, he's a cancer. Wherever you are, stay there. So I don't know. I think WWE don't want to do this with Phil because he's probably have so much heat with everybody. And I don't know the story, but I also heard that Cody left AEW because of him as well. I don't know how much truth that is, but I don't want to implicate anything. But from the way I see it, Cody's very close to Hunter and senior authorities, but I'm not sure if he's gonna let that happen. And at the end of the day, we all know Vince is still in charge. So never say never. But I can tell you one thing: Randy Orton will be back.
Randall.
Orton, he was out of action for so long, and I believe the first time after that 2004, or I think it was 2002, I believe, that he had a bad shoulder injury. This is right before he joined Evolution. After that shoulder injury, I believe this is the time he's kind of like out of action for longer than we expected.
Yeah.
It's been
It
over a
doesn't
year.
even seem like he's been out so long, but then it seems like the time has flown by so fast because it doesn't seem like he's been out that long. But then when you
Yeah.
start seeing the posts about how, oh, so and so this and that, and you're like, dang, it's just good to see that he is back and what he was out for didn't keep him down. You know.
Yeah, I think his last match was the rematch against Usos, I believe. Then that's when he got hurt, and that's when Matt Riddle and Randy lost the title to them, and it was a rematch. And yeah, then the whole uh, storyline with Sami Zayn happened, and Randy wasn't there. Randy was not part of it. Then Matt Riddle went to rehab, and then came back from rehab. Randy wasn't there. Then got released by WWE. All these things happened like over a year and a half. Then we lost Bray Wyatt. Randy had a great run with Bray, and again, it was those amazing storylines that he was part of it. And again, it's just I'm really happy and excited for Randy. But then again, then Edge, rated R superstar Adam Copeland, went to AEW, and last time he was there, Randy was there. So much for him to accept and digest the fact that a lot of things changed. So I really hope he will get a
What's
gist
it?
with
Seems like Orton being back. I think he's actively would be the longest tenured superstar on the roster, wouldn't he?
yeah. And again, I'm not thinking he's probably going to be a full time wrestler after this. Probably they're going to be making him a part timer, doing some pay per views. I like to see him as the world champion again, maybe one more time, like stop Roman Reigns and get that title again and break Cena's record and Ric Flair's record. 16 or 17 time world champion, whatever it is. Yeah, I'm so happy and excited. And again, speaking about Survivor Series and wrestling, um, independent wrestling is changing a lot too. We are getting opportunity to see a lot of indie talents, and for this is my opinion. From what I've seen for the last 2 years, we have seen a lot of flip flop spot guys, and which is changing little by little. Things are going to more storytelling now these days.
Yeah, yeah. They're seeing the error of the ways from other places and trying to do what they can to make themselves stand out. And that's the way it should be. You shouldn't want to be the same as someone else somewhere somebody else is doing.
Yeah, a
Stand
couple of
out.
months ago, I
Do something.
believe. Yeah, in a couple of months ago, I believe it was Deep South Wrestling. Nick Patrick's last match as an official referee. I think it was Curla. I don't know if it was against. Um, uh,
Last match he ref, he was Skrilla and Narcissism in a I Quit match, which
I
was
quit match. Yes,
yeah,
I was
it was
talking about
last
the I quit
year.
match. So,
Yeah,
when was the
last
last
year.
time you seen an I quit match in an indie professional wrestling show? You don't see it, and that was something
Not
different.
too long.
And again, watching that match, God, that was a great story. And Nick Patrick was there; he was the right person to call it. And again, like I said, where do you see things like that now these days? Nowhere. Even on the TV. When was the last time you saw an I quit match in
Yeah, it's
WWE
been a
or
while. It's
AEW?
been a while.
Yeah,
It's been
yeah.
a while since I quit match. Like the last I quit match was, I want to say, Edge and
Randy?
was Edge and was it Randy? It was somebody where they threatened to uh hit Beth, and so Edge
The
said he
Miz?
quit, and then they still hit Beth. That was the last I
Prob
quit match I remember.
Probably Randy Orton. I don't see, or maybe Miss. I don't think Miss is that vicious. Probably
No, it
Randy.
wasn't. I don't think it was Miz. No, it wasn't Miz.
Probably, yeah. But again, that's the beauty of independent professional
Oh, it was
wrestling.
Finn Balor. It was Edge and Finn Balor. It was Judgment Day. That was the
Oh,
last I put match.
there you
Yeah,
go. See,
there you go.
that's what I'm saying.
I know
It's a
I'll find
beauty
it
of.
somewhere. I
Hey, you're
haven't
the
got
commentator
plans
guy.
yet. Ah,
But
it's up
what I'm
there.
saying is like that's the beauty of independent professional wrestling. Deep South doing that match was unique, and there was a great storytelling. And again, Nick Patrick being there as the central piece, as a central referee. What a way to finish that whole segment, that whole match. It was great. And again, we're talking about
Should have
that.
won match of the year. Should have won match of the year. Uh, in my opinion, I'm a little biased, but I was there, and yeah, it should have won. They were robbed.
And again, like given match of the year, and it's just a PWI book kind of a bullshit, and it's just a lot of favoritism. It's everywhere. Like speaking about that, even I think I moved to Georgia back in 2021. I was kind of like I reached out to a lot of promoters and companies. Um, Nobody wanted to give me a chance, and I started taking bookings out of Georgia. I started traveling Arizona, California, Nevada, Colorado, Arizona, New Jersey, New York, and I'm getting booked everywhere else except in Georgia. And I was like, okay, you know what? I don't care. I'm not going to complain.
You ever been to
And that
WrestleCade?
what?
You ever been to WrestleCade?
No, North Carolina. No, never. Haven't got a
No,
chance. And again, it's
I haven't been
you
either,
never know.
but it seems like a fun time. Maybe a
Yeah,
shoot stiff wrestling podcast table, and
hey, yeah.
we bring in somebody as our special signee person.
Oh
Might have
yeah.
to
Once
work
we
on it.
pass 1,000 subscribers, brother. Well, we're doing it. We just 30 away.
30 more peoples.
Away, yeah.
Yeah, you
But
bet.
anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
you've been everywhere. I've been everywhere but nowhere. You've been everywhere and then some.
But it's just wrestling, that's how it is. It's a cutthroat business. But speaking about that, we had a fantastic show on number 11th at Salvation Army on Veterans Day. For the first time, we had the WWE Hall of Famer, the legend Teddy Long. It happened because of the American Pitbull Guile Castle. He made that happen. Then we had a former WWE NXT star, Martin Stone. He came in and he did his seminar, and a lot of the guys got a chance to learn a lot of things and improve in the ring because most of the times, I mean, let me say it, guys like Tommy Dreamer, um, or anyone else in that matter, goes out there, tell their story for 2 hours, and they call it's a seminar. Fuck that shit. Anytime if anyone come in, they need to learn things. When I asked Martin Stone, "Hey man, you need a mic?" He was like, "For what, man? No, we're not doing all that. We're gonna be working in the ring." I was like, "There you go. That's the right way." I don't want to bring anyone and in the name of seminar and just talk for 2 hours or 3 hours, tell their stories. But no, just if you want to do that, just go to YouTube and search and watch one of those interviews. I'm not bashing Tommy Dreamer personally, but I've seen his seminar in Utah, in Salt Lake City, I think 2 years ago or something. And the promoter asked me, "Hey, brother, do you want to attend the seminar?" No, I don't want to do it because I've heard it before. It's just his road time stories. I don't want to hear that. I want to learn something, and then I want to get better. I want to get improved, and if I can, then what's the point? But anyway, and we got a huge reaction. We had more than 240 plus in house. We had veterans. This was probably one of the biggest show after the foundation, after our first show at Marietta High School, and Martin Stone versus Trevor Aeon. That was one of the biggest matches. Big crowd, big pop, and there's so much of important moments and important things happen at the show. Is one of the thing was SB the Ghost, a return of SB the Ghost, and that was something I thought that I would never see it because after what happened to him, body slammed by Will Hobbs on TV for more than 10 times, in a tag match on AEW Dark Elevation. He decided he has nothing to do with pro wrestling, and his coach, Mr. Hughes, was so upset, and he called the person who was responsible for that fucking bullshit. And again, SB was out of the business. He didn't want to do anything with the business, and whatever made him to come back, that was the best, one of the best matches on the card that he had with the Colonel Nick Thompson, who's from New Jersey, trained at the Spartans Wrestling School. And everything, everything worked out really well and fine. And unfortunately, because of one individual's stupidity and selfishness, we had kind of like lose that venue. We lost that venue, and we're kind of like trying our best to get a better venue for 2024.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know that about the Ghost, SP the Ghost. That
Yeah,
it's good to see. It was he. It was. I was entertained.
it was
The
a
match
tag
was
match
a
in
good match.
2021. It was a tag match in 2021. Brian Cage and Will Hobbs against Trevor Aon, our champion, and SB the Ghost. It was a tag match. That's when Hobbs body slammed him more than 10 times. And yeah, he kind of like walked away. But again, he cut the best promo after the match. Too many wrestlers out there in this business. And guys like him, he shouldn't be walking out anywhere. He should be wrestling, in fact, everywhere. And everybody, every fans in Georgia will see SB the Ghost again and again in AWWA. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's good. But
So tell
yeah,
me about Deep South Wrestling Show, brother, at Das Barbecue.
oh man, the crowd still bringing the heat like a sack of meat. You know, every show has been a step up to the next show, and the crowd seems to love it there. That location. They stepped out and done some other pop up shows, a couple other places, but like DOS is like headquarters, home base as of right now. Um, the next show is December 16th, and hasn't been announced yet, but there's something in the works for old CDUb from the woods. Yeah, yeah.
There we go.
So yeah, man. Yeah, I had my not what December 1st. Yeah, was one no October 1st was I had my first match. So yeah, C Dub still out there on the prowl trying to get Gemma Jones. Yeah, so we'll see what
Whoa.
happens next. Yeah,
There you go. We need more
good stuff though, man. Good stuff.
wrestling.
They
We need
are.
more wrestling and more stars everywhere.
Yeah, they're trying to get a TV local TV station deal,
Yeah.
like trying to get on some local
Yeah.
TV
And
Peachtree
I
or something
yeah,
like
go
that.
ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Peachtree, CW Atlanta. Yeah, Deep South's trying to bring
Yeah,
back
Deep South.
week. Yeah, they're trying to
Hmm.
bring back weekly wrestling. So they're trying to get the fans want it. It's just a matter of getting the higher ups at the networks to hear it. Maybe they come to Doc's Barbecue, get some food, and watch some wrestling. Yeah.
Nice, nice. So and again, like let me say this, like more wrestling is very, very important. Some people get an opportunity. And speaking about new wrestling, the Kingdom Wrestling is making their debut show, I believe, today.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. In a castle, man. Wrestling in a castle, man. If nobody comes to the ring dressed in like all night gear or comes drinking like some beer, some mead or something like that, I'm gonna be highly upset. But yeah, see, I got reached out to, just a timing thing, um, about
Hmm.
maybe bringing some raised energy there or something. But yeah, man, that's cool. Like I rode by that castle once a couple years back, and I didn't even think I just thought it was a random building just out in the middle of nowhere looking like a castle. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pro wrestling, brother. Like, back in the days, I remember we talked to Joshua Charles, and he said, he used to stay here in Georgia. He used to wrestle in the local bars, local high schools, kindergartens, and I believe he even mentioned about strip club too.
Yeah, I've seen a
that that,
couple,
that
couple of them flyers. I've seen a flyer. Old Conrad Thompson posted on the Twitter, or the X or whatever you want to call it, some about the biscuits and the gravy wrestling something for. I don't know the flyer. The flyer, man, you have to bring it up. The flyer, the flyer had me tripping out, man. I'm like, what is this, man? A Waffle House menu? What is this? And it had like
and
two
people come
eggs
with
and
different ideas.
and a
Whatever
biscuit.
attracts, yeah, whatever attracts attention. That's where the
Made me
success
want a
is.
biscuit. I know that much. Yeah.
All right. So anything else would you like to add it to this podcast, brother?
No, man. It's just good to see you. Back in the face and live. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Still eating
Yeah.
leftovers over here, man.
Oh
Two
yeah. Oh yeah.
what was it, day 2, day 3? And man, it's good food, good
Mhm.
food.
Yeah. Still, I have a leftover too. I'm eating that turkey, man. A lot of turkeys and sleepy all the time. But yeah, it was great. It's been a great weekend, brother. And I really hope you had a great Thanksgiving too with your family.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We got to get back to
And before
training,
I
man.
leave, hell yeah, and also like before we leave, I just wanted to give some update about AWWA, what we're gonna do, how we're gonna move forward. So the good news is we will be running on a regular basis. We are still working with the venue, so most probably our next show will be either January 5th or 13th. Again, it depends on the availabilities. And next time when we run, we make sure we run constantly in one place. And we're working on getting a ring, a 20 by 20 ring with the ropes. We were trying to get a venue where we can do shows and we can do training, and we can do shows for the students every week. And we are working on doing shows on a weekly basis as well. And all I can say right now, we are doing shows with SCW. So December 16th in Phoenix, Arizona, it's going to be Matt Cross, former Lucha Underground star, son of Havoc. Matt Cross going one-on-one against the MLW star, former MLW World Heavyweight Champion. And you know I'm talking about Alexander Hammerstone.
Yeah, yeah.
And
He's currently with what is it, the World Titan Federation. They got an angle going over there. He's with the WTF now.
yeah, there you go. And then we have Cheeseburger going one-on-one against AJ, one of their champions. And then you never know. You might see your chameleon showing up in SCW on December 16th with the World Heavyweight Champion Logan Ragnarok. You never know what's going to happen.
Never know.
But one thing I can tell you, our next show, even if it's going to be in January 5th or 13th, it
You
will
know, if
be
you do January 5th is my birthday.
let's celebrate you burned in the ring if we get approved, brother. Oh yeah. Oh man. Oh, you're gonna be 50? Wow, that's crazy.
Yes, Miss CDUb's gonna be 50 years old.
So it's gonna be Logan Ragnarok. Will be okay. This is gonna be a very important announcement. Finally, he will be defending his title. His first ever title defense. It's gonna be against the German Tread, someone you know really well. The German Tread. Ramrock!
Yes,
Logan Ragnarok versus Ramrock. That's going to be happening for the AWWA World Heavyweight title. Then, of course, I'm dropping this bomb right here on Shoot and Stiff Wrestling podcast for the first time in AWWA ever. King Bomani versus Vikram, last man standing match.
Oh, okay. Last man
So
standing match.
yeah, these are the two matches that I'm gonna
Gonna
I'm
handcuff.
just announcing
Gonna
right
have
there.
to handcuff Gary Marshall to a street pole or something.
I know, right? I wish, but these are the announcement that I wanted to make it. But stay tuned for more. We will have a guest. So that's another news. Again, our next guest on Shoot and Stiff Wrestling podcast will be none other than the Gothic Gangster, the AWWA REW International Champion, Trevor Aeon. Yes, he will be our next guest on Shoot and Stiff Wrestling podcast. So, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this podcast, listening to this podcast from all over the world. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much, 970 subscribers. And this is me, Tamilain and CDUb.
And Sheeta from the woods with the goods.
All right, I